What's up, my fellow trash-anators? Welcome back to another video. It's not like anyone's gonna watch this. No one watches my action figure reviews. It's all about the movies, because no one like me has found my videos. Oh, I knocked over Bone Crusher, and today we're gonna be reviewing Studio Series Bone Crusher from the first live-action Transformers movie. Thank you, Michael Bay. This is one of the better parts of the movie because I just really like the design, and I like his only fight scene, his only scene whatsoever where he's an actual character in quotation marks, I would say, because his character is just like, oh, I'm a headstrong guy and I want to kill Optimus Prime before I'm supposed to. Because if I listened to the plan, we'd actually kill him, and we can't have that for the story. But this is not a review for the first, alright? It's not a review for the first movie, alright? That's for another day. Another day, I'd say again, alright? So yeah, let's get a look at the sculpt. I don't really like talking about paint, alright? Most of my action figures don't have paint because I'm not the kind of person to get higher end action figures because budgetary reasons. I only have like one import figure, and that's the Medicom Mayfix Batman from The Dark Knight. And eventually I'll review him, but I'm just really like reviewing Transformers because they tend to they last longer than a normal action figure review because they incorporate more into the actual toy itself rather than just being a plain old person, a random schmo Joe. So yeah. Plus, Transformers are cool, alright? They're giant robots that can turn into cars. What's not cool about it? Alright, let's get a look in the sculpt. Let's get my light, a nice... No, it was better the other way. The shadows. The shadows. I don't like the shadows. It's whatever. Sorry for this random setup change. Okie dokie. Okay, the shadows are much better, but it has a weird bluish color on my phone. Okay. See that sculpt? Of course, it's a Bayverse action figure. It's going to have good sculpt because it's actually based on robots that can turn into real life vehicles. And this guy turns into a minesweeper, apparently. I didn't care. I'm pretty sure the first time I watched this was in a van while I was camping, alright? Cut me some slack. Alright? Let's turn around at the back. Of course, not much there. Surprisingly, this guy has very little kibble. The only like major bits of kibble on this figure are like under his arms. Just these little flabs that aren't really like that really don't really matter to the transformation. I mean, they kind of need to be there for the actual alt mode, but you know, it's whatever. Those hands, those little grabby hands. If you want, you can flip out these for like, if you want to be like a stupid idiot who's like, I like my Transformers when they're not screen accurate. Which is, if you really need to do that to an actual figure, you didn't like the original design. You wanted to make your own character or your own design. Alright? As you can see, I'm emoting with this guy a lot because he's fun. I really like this character. It's more or less the mannequin that Optimus Prime just... Alright? Plus, I'm not going to say spoilers because this movie is really old and it's basically the first kill this Optimus Prime does, alright? Alright, let's go into articulation, which is that there's a lot, because, you know, he's a gangly boy. He's a little stretchy, retchy boy. A little steal your girl kind of boy. You know what I mean? Alright, so let's start with the head. The head is on a little peg hinge, so it can go side to side, which is useless. I would rather have a ball joint. Hold on, I have the original Bone Crusher. He is absolutely destroyed. So don't. Oh, that leg loosening is a new thing. I haven't picked this guy up in like a month. You see, this guy did something right with the head. Somewhat right. All right. See, the head is on a ball joint and a forward-facing hinge. So if you wanted, he can face really far. This is as far back as it goes. And man, can he look down really good. Look at that. That's what this guy doesn't get right. His head articulation, zip, zana. And then you have a swivel or whatever. Alright. We got a hinge right here that's more for the transformation, but you know, it works as an actual hinge for like articulation if you want to be like, oh, I'm a brooding guy. I like to think about my troubles in life. I'm brooding. I'm a superhero. I'm brooding on a gargoyle stand. All right, or you just want to be like a hip hop rapper, or like Friday Night Funkin', beep boop boop bop boop 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 bop bop, you know, something like that. Excuse me. Okay, then you got a hinge up at the bicep as well. You can move these out if you want. I don't know why. That's pretty much it. When it goes down, it goes all the way up to the transformation. Alright, then you got a swivel here, and you got another hinge here. So, already, we just got past the shoulder, and we already have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 joints already. Then you got another swivel, hinge. And technically, if you want, you can count this as a hinge joint because it's independent of the actual hinge joint and that makes the arm move, so whatever. You can also say the same for the hands because they're also independent from each other, so it's a double hinge. And if you want, you can untab this and you can like be like, my world got going. If you want to like do that. Alright, and then you have these little hip things that don't really matter at all. If you remove them, it wouldn't really be important. So yeah, these little things don't really matter. You got hinge, swivel, hinge, and then this whole thing flips out or whatever. You don't really need it. This also is a hinge. And then let's get to the beautiful magnificence of Bone Crusher's arm. His little minesweeper arm. You got a hinge, swivel, hinge only, which is weird because you think there'd be a hinge swivel also here, but I guess not. Alright. Then you got, from this point, hinge at these 2 points, and then a swivel here. Yeah. Alright. So that's the articulation covered. I guess it's time to transform. Alright. Basically, any transformation of my figures that I know, it doesn't really matter the order you go. It's just like a general thing, like swivel the arms around so the windows match up. Alright. And we'll hinge them up. Like he's saying, raise the roof. Then you gotta hinge out, and then collapse. All right. All right. This keeps falling off. It's not like it's not pegged in, so it's just you just gotta kind of boop, and then just gotta rest this on there. All right. But that's not really important right now. All right. So you gotta swivel these around. I like saying swiveled. No wonder why Javi does this. And you gotta make sure the legs are extended. All right. You want the knee point, this to go actually touch the leg. All right. Same thing on the other side. Then you want to break his back, lift the legs out front so he's a perfect stick. All right. Then you want to close these in. Flip these up, see, like so. Then you want to close these up, so it's just a rotation. Alright, then you see this peg? You gotta see this peg right here? You gotta peg it into this hole right here. Beep, a bloop, a boop. Alright, so here we go. This is why there's a hole here. Because the head goes into that hole. That's what she said. And once you kind of have to wait for it to actually plug in. Because you have to do the arms, okay? They're the same as before. You just have to fold it in. So you got to push and use those double hinge. Alright? And hands, close them, leave them up because they're going to do stuff later, alright? Then there's a peg, hole, and then another peg hole. So you got a peg, and then there's another peg down here. So sometimes it doesn't even want to peg. I don't know why. I've tried everything. Sometimes it just doesn't want to peg, especially after you close it up. And you gotta do something. You gotta do I didn't know this first, but there's pegs on the feet. And there's pegs in the arm. So there's a hole in the arm. So when you're closing it, you want to make sure the peg goes into the arm. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Once that's done, you're almost done. You gotta have the hole go on the peg, and you gotta do the same thing on the side. Exact same thing. Okay, now you can close down the hands. That's basically the only part of kibble on this entire vehicle mode. Flip this up, the crotch piece, flip this up, and then you got to go to the arm. Extend, flip these around so the flat side is facing inwards. Because there's a little bumpy bit on the outside. So, boop, and then you got to rotate, because, it wouldn't be like this if you're going to dig. It'd be like this. It's curved, so there. And beep. And that is the Ultimo 2. Just got an Instagram notification. Sorry about that. You have alt mode of Bone Crusher. Ultimately, yeah, it's a mind. It's a general idea. It's very holy. It's definitely not perfect due to the transformation and the very wild design. So, and weirdly, it looks more like a car than any other Transformer. All right. Okie dokie. So yeah, you got windows, windshield, arm, which is still articulated. It has the exact same joints except the little pinchy bits. Alright. The wheels go, so it rolls like rolling things should. Yeah, so I literally just stole that from MGO. Please give me some of your subscribers, MGO. Come to my channel. I'm going to use that as a tag. Alright? Alright. Anyway, I'm going to transform this while talking about how you should like and subscribe. because if you've actually watched this and you watched to this part, thank you so much. You're the reason my channel is, getting anything done. Just one view can save an autistic person's life from solitude and sadness. Alright, besides that, yeah, definitely comment what I should review next. Well, don't, because I planned on doing, reviewing Ready or Not, but I just didn't feel like talking to y'all about a movie, today. I'm really tired. Apparently not tired enough to have fun, because these are my fun reviews. My movie reviews, I just feel like I'm telling you to watch a movie, almost done. Then we can get to the size comparison. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Never forget the hip parts. Put those out or it doesn't look complete, alright? Clamp that. Stand them up. Nice and tall, nice and tall. Show the ladies and gentlemen what you're working with. Alright? Let's just grab something random. Alright. Excuse me. Let's hope this guy can stand up. You mind, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between and outside of that spectrum, I hope you remember this guy. I showed you him like 10 minutes ago. Surprisingly, yes, he can stand. There we go. We got Bone Crusher with his older brother. Let's see if I can grab. Gotta have one Megatron when you talk about Decepticons. Let's get someone who's kinda in scale. Last night, Megatron, leader. No, yeah, this is the Voyager, last night, Megatron. Somewhat in scale. Alright, I'm gonna end this right now, because I don't want this to be 20 minutes long, like last time. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. That was my review of Bone Crusher, Studio Series. It's a good figure, it definitely is. It has a little nitpicks, but it's definitely a really good figure. The solidity seems to be going, but that's normal Hasbro. Anyway, definitely pick it up if you're a fan of Transformers that are good. Alright, so I'll see y'all later. I'll see you next Friday, hopefully. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me something. Tell me what's your favorite Transformers in the first Transformers live action movie. Alright? Thank you all so much for watching. See ya.